Hey guys, I'm Friday, and this week's feature is PayDay 2. PayDay 2 is all about masks and guns and money, and then spending all that money on masks and guns, and then doing it again, which is rather fun as it turns out, as this game was profitable before it even came out, as in on pre-orders alone, they were already making money on this game, which is rather impressive, honestly. Kind of cool. PayDay 2 was developed by Overkill Software, and published by 505 Games. The best way I've ever heard to describe PayDay is that it's a horde mode that kind of wants to be a heist game, kind of an identity crisis its entire life. Nobody's exactly sure what it wants to be, but that's kind of what it turned out to be. One of the many strong points of PayDay 2 is its gunplay and sound. The sounds in this game are very, very good. It's like the first thing I noticed immediately when I started playing the game, is that like whenever you're in a room, it's kind of deadened and it's nice, and then whenever you go outside, it's very loud and kind of cracky, like it sounds like it's traveling, which is very good, even though I'm almost positive this game runs off of kind of a Call of Duty type system where it's like the old Duck Hunt, where it just kind of fires a laser and then it says that's where your bullet hit, rather than actually rendering a whole bullet. But another thing that they've added since the original is the customization in this game. Customization is out the wazoo, as in you can customize your mask, what material the mask is, what patterns on the mask, what color the pattern is. You can customize your gun, what the gun looks like, the color of well, not the color of the gun, but what's on the gun, and you can even customize what your guy's wearing, which is very cool in my opinion. I kind of love customization, not gonna lie. It's kind of awesome in my opinion. Another thing they've done away with from the first game is that shite skill system they had in the first game, where it just kind of, you played and then it filled in, and then it just kind of gave you stuff and you didn't really see what you were working towards. Every person was a skill, but it never really told you how to select the skill, so you never really knew. Wasn't the greatest in my opinion, but they fixed that now. You have a full skill tree, as in there's 4 classes: Mastermind, Enforcer, Ghost, and Technician. Mastermind is like the guy who goes and yells at everybody and can convert cops. The Enforcer is the big tanky bastard that runs in the front and eats all the bullets. The Ghost is stealth, and then the Technician uses explosives, which is the reason that I picked the Technician. Although something that hasn't been removed from the first game that I wish they would have is the terrible drill system. In this game, there's a thing where there's a system, I guess is the best way to describe it, is you take a drill, set it on a wall, it sits there for a minute, it literally has a timer on it, so you're pretty much just starting a timer. And then you sit there, you kill cops, kill cops, kill cops, kill cops, then the drill ends, and then you can get to what your next place was. This was executed terribly in the first game, in my opinion, because there's this one point, I don't know if I'll have footage of it or not, but there's this bank where they put the drill, like the door to the safe room, like in the middle of the bank, so you literally had to just stand out in the open or else the cops would turn off your drill. They've kind of fixed that still. It's kind of an annoying feature that I wish they would have gotten rid of a long time ago. Well, maybe not gotten rid of, but maybe improved. Like, maybe the Technician has to use it, and what he does is he plays a little mini game while everybody else is protecting him from the cops. Like, that's an improvement in my mind. I'm not sure what everybody else would think. Tell me what you think in the comments. Another point that I feel that this game lacks in is the AI. It's not that great. Obviously, it's improved since the beta, which really wasn't a beta, more of a demo. I mean, they changed a few things, but beta's so not beta anymore. But originally, this game was just broken as a single player. As in, if you played by yourself without the AI even, or even with the AI really, it was near impossible to do anything. Like, even the basic jewelry store, the 4 stores mission was incredibly difficult because first off, your AI is useless. Your companions, they don't do anything. They don't pick up bags. The only thing they really do is absorb bullets and mark out special enemies. So, I mean, they're kind of useless. They don't even have, like, a real good direction system. Like, you can't tell them, hey, Hoxton, stay here and shoot like that way. It's just kind of come or stay. Like, that's the only 2 commands they have, which is kind of saddening in my honest opinion. I feel like that could have been a very easy fix, but either way. There's been a few times in this game also where I've seen the cops just I'm in the middle of like a SWAT assault team coming in the door, and then like Mr. FBI with a suit and tie comes running out in front and just gets gunned down by a hail of bullets, and it's like, buddy, you don't have armor on. What are you doing? What are you doing? And there's also points where it's like, I'll be in a room, and a SWAT team will kick in the door or whatever, and then they'll come in, and then the first guy will get shot, and the second guy will get shot, and the third one will get shot, and then the 4th, 5th, and 6th guy continue walking into the corridor that all their men just got shot down in. I found that more kind of hilarious than anything, but it still kind of breaks the whole, oh, these guys are cops. Yeah, no. And I mean, obviously, there's the whole, oh, how many cops does this town have? Whoop-de-frickin-do. You know, it's a game, get over it. Another system in the game that I feel like kind of wasn't done right was the card system. They've got this thing where you select a card, and then it gives you either a color, a design, a mask, a gun, or an attachment, which is very... Which is good. Yeah, randomness is good in this case, but they should have made it a bit less random. And when I say that, I mean, I wish I could have just been like, okay, I want either a mask, a color, or a design, and then make that one card draw, or a gun and an attachment, and then make that another card draw, so that it'd make it a bit easier to get what you wanted. I also wish it had a tendency to give you stuff that you were actually using. Like if I'm using, I think it's the Rhinefield shotgun, I don't want an attachment for an MP5 that I can't afford, or, you know, the ergo grip for the Deagle that cost $500,000. Going along the Deagle costing a lot, money is not, like, a real thing in this game. Like, a pistol costs, like, $20,000. I could buy a small apartment, like, a small condo for that much. It's like, that's... I mean, I know the dollar's dropping, but come on, guys. Oh, and one more thing I have to give this game praise for is the fact that they actually made shotguns, like, a legit weapon. Like, they realize that, like, shotguns still hit people whenever they're, like, 100 yards out. And that the bullets don't just disappear, like, 60 feet in front of the gun. I really like that. Another thing that I feel like they haven't really fixed from the first game is the fact that there is not many heists. I'm looking at the Wikia right now, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4... I see 12 heists. That's a better number than the first one, but it is not good by any stretch of the imagination. These heists can get very old. Even though they have the randomization aspects to it, I feel like they still could have added a bit. The randomization, pretty much all I've ever seen it do is move a safe across the room, or like delete a door or something. It's really not all that impressive. Along with those heists, we have 5 escapes. So it's okay. It's not terrible, I'll be honest. It's not much, though. I feel like they could have done better there. So to summarize this game, I would say it's a decent improvement off of the original, but they still haven't addressed a few of the main issues that I had with it. Will you have fun? More than likely. It's a very fun game. But if you're planning to play it by yourself, I would recommend not picking it up. It's not that great by yourself. I am almost positive they're going to be fixing the single player because it's kind of ridiculous at this point. And I also am positive that they're going to be adding maps and DLC. So if I had to put this game into one sentence, I think what I would say is that it is very fun with friends, but it's almost broken without. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about PayDay 2, and as always, check out my channel and everything else, blah 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 blah. Like, favorite, and I will see you guys later this week on Wednesday, which will be whenever the more in-depth kind of live comm thing I do for games will be coming up. And then on Friday I will be doing a Feelings episode. Feelings episodes are I kind of just do a game what I want. Think of it as like a mystery Friday. It's the best way to describe it. I just find stuff I want, put that on there. It's probably going to be the multiplayer from PayDay 2 is probably what I'm going to do this week. I'm probably going to do BMG Drive the week after, I think is the idea, or the week after, so 2 weeks from now. But I'm doing it now, and it'll be there in the future, so be there.
I have Pistol Messiah rank 1. I didn't bother acing it, and I'm just putting the rest in a ghost for now.
Oh
God! Day rate 1 million. Oh wow, dude, everybody died, and I still got 62K.
I know.
How?
Magic.